See, you're going to confuse me because I would be trying to do a British accent.
Oh, Lord.
You're telling me I'm going to like be more Boston instead of British. I'm going to be sucking at it anyway.
A British broad.
I am a British broad. Thank you. See, I'm already doing Boston. Thank you.
Oh,
Next
God,
time
was
you-
that you trying English?
Fuck you.
All right, Vince, let's hear yours.
No.
That was good. Wow.
Yeah, you like that, huh? Yeah. I worked hard on that.
No, voices are not necessary. Voices are not necessary.
Well,
Aw.
next time... The fuck? Did you stub your toe?
Yes.
Next time you go to Boston, though, you gotta try the lobster.
Oh
No,
my gosh, she's
lobster.
doing it. Now I'm going to keep doing Boston instead of British.
Oh,
Crap.
sorry.
I forgot how to do British already.
Mm. Mm. Oh my god. British is easy.
Okay, you do a British one.
But British, all you do is take all the T's and just like stutter them. Like don't even pronounce them. Like little, bill, water, titty. Sorry.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's like low-born English. That's not like the social elite of England.
Oh, true.
So I'm Moo here from Britain.
Oh dear.
So you're British.
I'm British. I'm British.
British.
We're gonna go with it, okay?
Now try a word that doesn't have T in it.
Newspaper.
If you'd like me to
Okay.
read the newspaper for you, I can't.
If you'd like me to read the newspaper for you, I can. Oh, I like
That's
the I
Scottish.
can.
Good job.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Okay, it's going somewhere, okay?
I want to read the newspaper.
No.
That's
Wow.
Oh, are you from London?
Yes.
It's the Transylvania part of London.
Yeah.
Oh, screw everybody. I'm gonna get my cake.
Damn, I wish I was Irish. That would have been fun to try. Hold on. Wait, was it the GPS? What does that Irish woman say?
I
On your
changed my
GPS?
GPS to Irish Siri or whatever. Yeah.
Turn left. Left in the Game Boy store. Or
No,
that's
she
Scottish.
didn't-
That's
She did
Scottish.
not roll her R's to that degree.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you see, you actually have like a step up because you're so good at rolling your R's, and I feel like there's a lot of accents that do that.
Yeah, but like sometimes I unnecessarily roll my R's and it's really stupid.
Yeah.
Okay.
She somehow rolls R's in the word pizza. Like, I don't...
What?
The pineapple pizza is very good.
Yeah.
Pizza.
Wow.
It's pizza. You never had a pizza.
What are you saying?
Pineapple pizza.
Brett?
That's someone angry.
Yes.
We're only allotted 2 more minutes of fun, then we have to get started.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're still waiting for someone to log in.
I'm
Mhm.
logged in.
Oh shoot. My bad.
Honestly, we're going to be using Roll20 very little. Although, if you want to see the
Little.
handouts, little, just a
Little.
little bit.
Little bit.
Also bit of spit.
Lil.
Sleep and enjoy
Yeah. That's British.
You know what? You guys are like rude. Okay.
it.
You know,
Rude.
I'm trying
Say
the
rude
best
in
I
a
can.
British accent.
Rude.
It's literally how you say it. I didn't know you were British, Lily. Okay. Okay, so as much as I want to enjoy making fun of Lily's accent.
Oh, sorry. One thing. You have to say it like Gordon Ramsay. When he says "no, you," he adds a syllable. So you have to say rude like that, like "how rude," right?
No, that is not it. That is not it.
Isn't he
Rude.
Scottish, hun?
Sorry.
Why are you banging your desk upstairs? It wasn't that funny.
Sorry, I'm cracking up. The Discord cuts me out. I'm sorry.
Okay.
She cracks herself up so bad.
How rude. Sorry, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm done.
Okay. So this is going to be almost entirely sort of theater of the mind type stuff. So yeah, we won't be using Roll20 that much.
For our rules.
Yeah, the rolls will be good for that too. And yeah, I'm probably just going to be trying to improvise as much as I can. So it might work, it might not.
It'll be
we'll
great.
see how it goes. I have a pretty good handle on the story and the flow and the way it's supposed to go. If it goes that way, great. If not, we'll see what happens. I want to remind you, I think I mentioned this last time, I don't think this is the strongest story, but I think it's a good just sort of dip your toes in sort of thing. So
Icebreaker.
we'll
kinda
see if we
thing.
like it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Just keep in mind that if we do like it and we want to keep trying this system, then we'll get something that's a little bit more in depth, a little more interesting, a little bit more, I don't know, whatever the
Okay.
next word would be.
I wouldn't mind if my character survives. I wouldn't mind like trying to level him up as high as he can, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, it's sort of like it was interesting, but in the time between now and the last time that we spoke, I was reading, and there's the whole system where if you successfully make a roll, you get to put a check mark next to your thing. I guess for us, you'll either have to just write it down. That's probably the best way to do it, just to remind yourself on which skill checks you've passed. And then at the end of the session, you could roll a d10 and increase it. Well, no, you have to roll that skill, and if you pass the check, then you can increase it
Okay.
by a d10. And then another thing is if you are able to increase one of your skills to 90, it's like becoming a master in that sort of field, and you actually get to increase your sanity because like you kind of like feel so confident in this one thing that like I guess
we
it
have
sort of is like.
Can we
Keep track
prestige
of the
and then?
skills we use.
What's that, Lily?
We have to keep track of the skills we use.
Yes, just the ones that you succeed on. So if you make like a successful investigate or find hidden or whatever, then just write that down and say I passed on this one, and at the end you get to make a check with that skill. If you pass that, then you get to increase it by like a 1d10 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Interesting.
Another thing I might have mentioned this last time is that everybody sort of rolled for their luck at character creation.
And you're here to tell us that was wrong.
No, we're good as far as I know. As far as I know, something that you can do with luck that I didn't. That it's actually I was reading about it like an optional rule, but the people that I was watching were using this optional rule, and I thought it was cool. Is let's say you roll like a 42 on a check, and you needed a 40 to pass it. You know what I mean? You had to roll under a 40 to pass it. What you can do is, as a 1-for-1 trade, you could say, okay, I'm going to spend 2 luck points, deduct that from your total, which will then reduce your roll to a 40, and you pass. So you could sort of spend your luck, but it's like a resource that doesn't come back. You know what I mean?
I see. What is luck used for other than that optional variant?
It's sort of like a wild card sort of stat. So like,
whether or not
let me
I
try to-
trip over my own feet, like.
Maybe. I mean, if there's just something that doesn't really fit anything else, and luck kind of makes sense. Like I'll say, like,
makes sense.
I think an example I give was like if you guys happen to know somebody at a place that you're trying to get into. You know what I mean? I might make you roll a luck roll and be like, oh, what do you know? Just your luck. This guy does work here. You know what I mean? That sort of thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
There's other uses for it too. I have to delve deeper into it, but that's like it didn't seem like there's a lot of uses for it. It's just sort of like a, just a random luck event sort of thing might happen. We'll say everybody roll luck, and if anyone fails, then maybe something happens, or if you pass, then maybe something etc. But you could also have the option to spend it to sort of modify your rolls. The other thing that you could do with your rolls, let's say that I'm asking you to make a check and you fail it, and you fail it badly. Like, you don't want to spend like 30 luck points to try to pass this roll. What you can do is you can push it. And what pushing it means is that you get to roll a second time and try to pass the check. The downside is that if you fail the second time, then something negative will happen. It's kind of like having like a critical fail if you fail it twice.
Okay.
Using this push roll.
Push your luck. Got it.
Effectively. I was trying to just not use the L word to not confuse you guys because it's not related to the luck skill, but effectively, yeah. You also have to give me some sort of compelling, not like super compelling, but just some explanation of like why you're pushing it and like, how you're sort of changing your, your success or going for another success, etc. As far as I can remember, that's really it. There's some stuff involving combat. I'm not going to worry about that unless you guys actually get into combat. We'll go through the rules really quick. It's very simple. This is not a very complicated combat system like D&D. So if you guys decide to jump somebody, or if you get jumped for doing something wrong, then we'll worry about that.
Okay.
Does anybody have any questions before we start?
No, I think we'll just go where the wind takes us.
Yeah. What is the guy's name that gave us this job, the investigative job?
Well,
the society, right?
The society that you guys are in sort of furnished this job to you, but the person that sort of reached out to the society, his name was Mr. Knott, Stephen Knott.
Okay.
So
he's the landlord of the house.
Do we know each other then? Or is this just like we're part of the society and we're like, okay, now we need to come together?
I mean, that's entirely up to you. Do you guys want to know each other?
If Vince hates me, then no.
Well, no, I think that would be
What do you
great.
mean, do I hate you? Where did that come from?
Maybe he protested the feministic movement and then like met you.
Because I'm a feminist.
Oh, you're a feminist. That's right. I never said I hated you. It's just under my encounters with strange entities.
See, there you go.
And actually, Pony, I was curious about this. I couldn't help but notice that you said that you had some sort of strange incident there on Mount Chinchilla.
Yeah.
Do you have any other detail about that? You want to share?
Is that next to Mount Taco or what? Like,
it's next to Mount Chihuahua.
And Taco, yeah.
No, it's kind of a play off that Kolot Steam game and the real life Dyatlov Pass from the Russian.
I used to watch videos on that. Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's it was just like these 8 or 9 hikers that went up and they had unexplained deaths up there, and it's been like such a mystery for so long. So it's just a play off of that. One of my climber friends, was part of that group, and when she died along with her other group of climbers, her husband wanted me to investigate, so I tried because they kind of wanted to sweep it under the rug because of how alien it seemed, and I really just wanted to figure it out. But the strange occurrences was like too scary, and I had to call it off. That's all.
Okay, give me a sanity roll.
Ooh, okay.
Wait, what?
I didn't take
For
one.
what?
Yeah.
Because she experienced this strange thing in her past.
See, I think there's an explanation for absolutely everything.
Oh, that's your
Have
character?
you ever encountered anything unusual?
Not that couldn't be explained.
Nothing that could be explained? Okay.
Couldn't
Nice
be
way to
explained.
dodge the sanity roll.
I'm going to be very skeptical.
That's fine. I think that makes sense.
I forgot how to do rolls. I completely forgot.
Click on the sanity button, maybe. Like, get out of edit mode and click on the sanity button.
I'm on edit mode?
Yeah. In the upper right, you have it toggled on, at least when I was looking at your profile.
Oh. Oh, so it's in my it's not in my character sheet, is it?
Yeah, open
You
up your
just pushed sanity like that, right?
open up your character sheet.
Oh, it is in my character sheet.
I'm
Okay.
glad I didn't have to actually do it.
And then click on the edit mode.
Okay.
Yeah, now click sanity.
Okay. Failure.
Wow.
Okay, you're going to take 1 point of sanity damage.
Ooh, okay.
So where
that's
do
just
we
going to
keep track
reduce
of
your.
these?
I think hopefully you could just edit it on your character sheet. I would hope.
He's 60 out of 60, so 59 out
Yeah.
of 60.
So you have to
Yeah.
actually go into edit mode and then click it. I see. All right.
Okay, cool. I got it.
So just because of your very unusual encounter where it was something that generally spooked you, you know what I mean?
It's okay. I deal.
But this
Wait,
was,
that's
this was
But
way
you're
back.
Russian now all of a sudden.
sorry. I can't do my own accent.
that sounded like Spanish to me. So what do I know?
It was like half. It went to Spanish and then
It went to
Russian.
Da comrade.
Yeah.
Like it went.
It's okay. I deal. I deal with it.
I do.
So we never got around to. So do we actually know each other then? We've met before.
I would say we have.
I'd say we know each other in passing. Well, I
At
am
least from the
antisocial.
society.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I'm very social considering I'm a journalist.
Yeah, if she was like a feminist or journalist, right? She probably like supported the whole female mountain climbing thing, you know.
Oh, hell yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, she might have even reported on you to sort of give you a little exposure.
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
probably took
Yeah.
that
well,
picture.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Dude, yes, because I have skills in photography. I took your picture and wrote an article for
Yes.
Anna.
Yeah.
Her character
I wonder-
picture. That's exactly it. Yeah.
Does that mean that you had like a really like negative tabloid of Victor Von Jones and you negatively like put him in a journal or something?
Stealing history, a scathing review of Victor
Yeah.
Von Jones.
Fairly, because just because I'm a feminist, it just means I want to get out there in the world and be successful. It doesn't need to be a man's job.
Yeah.
Victor Von Jones, slime of the earth, because he's a man.
No, I never said that. What is your profession? I forgot.
Archaeologist.
I could have done a piece for you.
You wouldn't, because you're a feminist.
No,
not
that's
necessarily.
perfect. No, that's perfect. Like we need more female archaeologists, right?
I'm not. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yes.
So like she could've
Another
even
male
come here.
archaeologist.
Took that picture. Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
This is fun. I like this
Anyhow.
game.
Okay, so you guys know each other. You guys, at least in passing, like Vince said, from the society, most likely.
Yes.
And you guys have been assigned this because, I mean, frankly, you guys just happened to be the ones that were there that night for that meeting when this job came in.
Mhm.
So yeah, so now you guys have this semi-lead of this newspaper article, which sort of
Alright.
corroborates the landlord who's saying that there's something, his tenants are, he can't seem to keep tenants. People move out a week after they move in. He's losing rent. He's losing money. And he just wants to see if, nobody else will take him seriously. So he decided to check in with this strange society.
All right.
So what do you guys want to do?
We go to house.
Honestly, we should go to the newspaper, see if they didn't, write all the details. I'm sure I know someone at the paper.
I would prefer to go to the library.
You want
Is
to do
that your
research.
voice?
You've got to
I
He has
love it.
he has his pinky up right now.
It's touching the ceiling.
I keep
God.
on scraping it on the door frames as I walk through.
Yes.
Victor Von constipation.
Yes. No, seriously though.
So you want to do the research?
Well, yeah. I mean, do you really want to go into
What
a
makes-
house that's potentially dangerous and then
Well,
not
I
do any
think to go to
research
the
first?
paper because we could talk to people there, and there's a lot of ways to research at a newspaper.
Okay, yeah, it's whatever. I mean, I'd say we do the house last before we should come
Mhm.
prepared. What if there's like some kind of evil
Oh
in
no,
there?
I don't want to go to the house yet. I'm gonna go to the paper and to see if they know any more details
Yeah, that's good.
that wasn't written in the article.
Mm-hmm.
And I would think I would have somewhat of an in being a writer.
Yep, and I don't know if the library would have any sort of historical document on the property itself. A lot of I don't know. I can't remember the name of it, but usually there's a building that keeps track of like the history of particular buildings, like stuff like that. So that might be something to think about, and even interviewing the families that have lived there before, possibly
Yeah, I want to interview
the man that went insane and tried to
yeah,
kill his family.
Mr. Macario. I want to
Mhm.
interview him.
I totally have points in psychology. I'd love to go there.
Mhm.
Cheerio. Let's go.
Where to first?
Well, I seriously, my dear friend William works at the paper. We should go there, see if he knows anything more.
I say. Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Jolly good.
Okay.
I studied my accent in England, but they all spoke French.
You know what? Screw you all.
Give me a luck roll, Lily,
Luck? Why luck?
to
I'm
see
curious.
if you have a friend there that's working.
Shoot, where did my paper go? Mm, where is luck? Do I just push it?
Ooh.
What?
We should be playing D&D at this point. Damn.
I know. Finally, all your guys' good rolls are gonna come back to haunt you.
Nobody has gotten a success. I'm just
Okay.
saying.
Yeah, I know it's been a rough time, but it's maybe this is just getting them all out of the way. Okay, so you guys arrive at the Boston Globe, which is like kind of like might not be the biggest newspaper in Boston, but this is the one that was related to that article that you guys saw. So you think this is a good place to start.
Okay.
And as you enter, there's like a nice little prim and proper woman sitting at the front desk. Her hair is up and very kept, well kept, and she's smoking a cigarette as you come in. Can I help you?
Is William working?
William who, dear?
Oh shit! What are the last names? I forgot. Brown. William Brown. Is William Brown working?
William Brown? No, he's out. He's doing some research on some story in Baltimore.
Well, he's a good
I could
friend
leave
of
a
mine.
message. You want to leave a message? I'll make sure he gets it.
Oh no, that's all right. Do you think we could talk to one of the reporters, the one that did the piece on Mr. What's his name? Fuck.
Don't mind my friend here. She's forgetful.
The piece on Mr. Mario. We're investigating the Masario case. Do you think we could?
What?
Is
Wait,
anybody
this
else there?
isn't her. This is me asking. What are you saying?
The Macario.
The Macario?
Oh, the
Put her name
Macario.
I like Massaria though.
The,
Yeah.
the mozzarella kiss.
Whatever.
Very
You think we
hungry
could
for
talk-
Italian.
You think we could talk to one of the reporters to see if they have anything more?
I guess. What is this in regards to, though?
We're investigating more to see if it's actually haunted. You know there's always an explanation. We're gonna find the explanation. You think we can go talk to the guy who wrote the article?
Give me a what is it? Persuade? I can't remember. What this...
Persuasion?
Yeah, if that's what it's called in this.
Is
I
that
think it is.
the skills? I have to go to skills for that, don't I?
Yeah.
Persuade?
Here you go.
Jesus Christ, how is this even...
What, you passed?
No, it says failure.
No, scroll
No, it
down.
doesn't.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that was upset. Never mind, I didn't scroll.
Jeez, even when she wins, she's upset.
It's too low. It's too low of a win.
You know me. It's Eleanor. I brought a piece here for you once.
I don't remember you, Eleanor, but if you really want to talk to somebody, then I'll let you go up and see. Just trying to find this freaking guy's last name. I can't find it. Sorry. Wilmot. Okay, I'll let you see Mr. Wilmot. He's the editor.
Thank you so much. You're dull.
She sort of brushes you on and goes back to her cigarette.
Smoking kills.
What? Who told you that? No. My doctor says it's good for me.
Back then, I think that was actually true.
Yeah.
Is your doctor's name Kevorkian by chance?
How did you know, Doctor? Did you go to Doctor Kevorkian? Okay.
Dr. Marlborough.
So she doesn't go back to her cigarette. She stands up and she leads you to Mr. Wilmot's office.
Is there a chance Mr. Wilma? Was it Wilma?
Wilmot.
Wilmot actually knows me.
I mean, is this how? Are you? Well, yeah, sure. There's a chance. Give me a. What is this thing called? What's the skill that you use?
Persuasion, luck. I don't even know.
No. Let me check.
Appearance.
Is that the credit rating or whatever? No.
No. I was curious if there was like a. There's no like journal skill, right? Like
no. Law, natural world, library use, listen, locksmith. I don't even know. Natural world.
I'll say like history. Like if you guys have history with each other.
I don't even think there's history.
Nah, you know what? Don't worry about the check. Yeah, don't worry about the check for now. So she leads you to the to his office. She opens the door and she says, "Mr. Wilmot, these guys are looking to talk about what did they say? The mozzarella case or something like that? I don't know.
Get out of here. Forget about it.
Wow.
Mr. Mozzarella? Mr. Mazzarelli? I don't know.
Yeah, he might know me. I've written.
She leaves. And he's just like this big hulking guy, like stout, sitting behind his desk with a big cigar in his mouth. He says, what is she talking about? What mozzarella?
Oh God, I have to keep freaking bringing it up. That's why I keep getting lost.
Does everybody smoke around here?
Macario case. The Macario. You know, the one who went insane? Said the house did it?
Oh, the Cop Hill thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, what about it? What can I,
Is there? We just want to know if there was something, wasn't reported. We're trying to debunk it. You know it ain't haunted. There's got to be a reason.
Yeah, well, there is something to that story, but it was more of like a fluff piece, It was a slow news day,
Yeah, I know all about fluff pieces. But what do you think? Do you think he actually, went insane?
Oh, that guy is insane. That's for sure. Yeah. Whether or not the house. Go ahead, Pony. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was going to say, do you think he eat too much tequila and chili peppers, and that's why make him go insane?
I don't think so. I mean, tequila could make you do some crazy things, but chasing your wife and kids around the house. I mean, he wasn't even hungover the next day. He was just still crazy. You know what I mean?
Very true.
But write it to writer. You think the house caused him to do it, or was it just him?
What do you think? What do you think? The house put the knife in his
haunted?
hand or something? No, it was just a guy that lost his mind.
Okay, but they're saying that something there caused it.
Yeah, people are always talking. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Sir.
Say yeah. What?
Sir.
Are you okay? Do you need some water? Lucy, come get this guy some water. She rushes in with a glass of water.
Thank you.
Why is he making that noise? I don't know.
The landlord said that multiple people moved out every week. How do you explain this?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe there's rats or something. You know. I mean, listen.
Rats,
I
you
only
say?
read the story just like you. I didn't do any research on the place or nothing. I mean, you know.
Oh, a newspaper not doing research.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that, buddy. All right,
Wow.
Hey, while we're here, you think we can look up some of the old articles, see if any, there were other ones written on it?
Surprising.
Well, I mean, you can go down to the morgue and check it out, but Ruth won't be too happy if you're rooting around in the stuff.
The morgue? No, like old articles.
Oh, excuse me, sorry, but that's what we call it around here. We have
The
a spot
morgue?
in the basement where we put all the old newspaper clippings. Goes
Oh,
back years and years and years. We call it the morgue, but it's just our little storage.
Funny.
we'll keep it clean. You won't even know we were there.
Seriously, if that's annoying, I'll stop.
No, I love it. I don't know about the others, but I can't get it up. Go ahead and by the way, make sure that you checked off that you got a persuade check success, so you can potentially roll at the
shit.
end of the session. But go ahead and make
Persuade.
another persuade check for me.
Persuade check. Okay. Another one? Okay. Where's that? I did find my sheet. Where the fuck is it?
Yeah,
There
that's
it
the problem, is that there's so many skills in this game. Wow, same exact roll.
is.
Game is busted. He says, "All right, I'll get Ruth up here, and she'll bring you down to the morgue, and just try not to mess anything up, and don't take anything neither. All right?"
No, I promise. No taking. We'll just take a look-see.
Ruth has got eyes like a hawk. All right, she'll see.
Yeah, I know. All right, thank you so much. You're
He
dull.
picks up his phone and dials like a little extension and says, "Hey, Ruth, can you come up to my office? There's some people here that want to go down to go to storage." A couple of minutes later, this like older lady, sort of grayed hair, flowy gray hair, these like big old thick glasses, comes up. She says, "All right, you guys the ones that coming down to the storage?"
Yeah.
Okay. She leads you down into the back, down these stairs, and leads into this sort of well lit but still sort of dingy basement storage area. And in there, you guys can just see there's files cabinets. There's like folders like on the tables that are just like open. It seems like it's just like a mess, and it looks like it's just like, just from your first glance, it looks like it's like there's no discernible like Dewey Decimal System. You know what I mean?
Oh, great.
This is the worst library I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, it's not a library, okay?
Certainly so.
Where are you from? You have the strangest. Never mind. All right, so what do you guys
Self-taught,
want
my
to do?
dear. Self-taught.
Self-taught. I couldn't tell at all. What do you guys want to do? You guys are faced with this basically mountain of information.
Well, I'll do what I do best, and library use the crap out of this thing.
Very well. Go ahead, and I want to just because they actually make like this a pretty explicit point in the books where they say that like a library use isn't like a 5-minute thing. Like each time you do it, it's like an hour or more of like digging through stuff and just trying to get anything that could be relevant to what you're looking into, especially in a situation
I think we
like
all
this.
use some library use.
Yeah, considering that this place is a mess, we're gonna need that hour plus some probably.
I'm uneducated. I don't know how to read.
Do you actually not know how to read?
Well, my education's pretty low.
That's right. I forgot.
Would the spot hidden come into
No,
play
library.
here?
Library.
It is library.
Yeah.
Okay, we all doing library.
I guess.
Ooh. Ooh.
I had complete success.
Vince had a
Oh
critical
no!
success.
Library, yeah, critical
The-
success and
the-
success.
The dog jump over the fence. No.
Ruth is there, like trying to help you. Like, no. It's dog. Dog.
The dog. You see.
I walk over to Anna and flip the paper around so that it's right side up. Yeah.
Library.
Okay.
Remember to mark it down.
So the first thing that you notice, Vince,
Mm.
is that everything that you're going through, nothing seems to go earlier than 1878. It seems like that was like the beginning of the records down here.
I see. And should I stay in character or can I just ask questions?
You can ask questions. I'm not done yet, though. I'm going to
Oh,
give you some. That was like
okay.
your crit information.
Okay.
The first thing that you find is it's sort of like a I don't know if you would call it like a deed. I don't know if they called it back then, at least. But basically, you find out that this house seemed to have been built back in 1835 by this like Italian merchant. But about halfway through building the house, he fell ill, and he sold it to a man named Walter Corbett.
Corbett. Okay. And he
Corbett?
bought the house. Yeah, Corbett bought the house. Okay.
And you said what was the year again that you couldn't find anything before? Was it like
1878? It's the history of or the problem started in 1878, and the house was built in 1835. And if this Walter Corbett, I'm sorry. Go ahead,
Vince. Sorry, let me just clarify one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not just related to the house. I mean, you're going through like all these articles that have nothing to do with what you're looking at,
Mm-hmm.
and it just keeps on coming up. Like the earliest that you can find is 1878. Like nothing at all comes from behind that. From as far as like news articles that were printed by that date, that's the earliest date you could find is 1878 for anything.
And out of okay, so can I ask more questions, or is that all?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So here's the thing. Does the newspaper have history, like further history on the house after that? Like, after Walter Corbett, did Walter Corbett go insane and run out? Did the families after him go insane and move out? Like, is there any history on this house from here with regards to all that?
Not that you've found so far.
Okay.
I mean, what you can intuit based off of what you did find is that obviously Walter Corbett was an adult. You're not exactly how old in 1835, but this was basically like 90 years ago. So like, and you know that there have been tenants, so he's obviously not the current owner. And
right.
But as far as like a history of the house, you don't see anything like that yet.
If he was the first person to buy this house and then trouble started, it makes me wonder, like, because the house was built in 1835 and he bought it from the merchant that fell ill. So in 1878 is when this started happening. So I wonder if we can do more history into either the Italian merchant that fell ill, maybe there's some curse, I don't know, or Walter Corbett has, I don't know, he started something. So is there a way to like see the when this merchant fell ill, did he like die on the property?
It doesn't say. Actually, no. In fact, you're pretty sure he didn't, because the way that the article seems to word it is that the gentleman fell ill, was forced to sell the house incomplete, and probably went, to the hospital or where whatever. So likely he didn't die on the property. It's not explicitly clear, but it seems to be the series of events. One more thing I just want to make absolutely clear that we're all understanding right now is what I'm telling you before about 1878 has really nothing to do with the house in particular. It's just that it seems like the newspaper's records don't go before 1878.
I see. So stuff could have happened in the house before that time period.
Do we see other things that were written before that time period?
No,
Like nothing at all.
nothing.
So like the newspaper didn't exist.
You would probably know as a journalist that the newspaper did exist before then.
Okay.
It's
But there's
just
like no articles, like even other articles that have nothing to do with this, where nothing is written before 1878.
Yeah, I mean the earliest like dated article that you could find is in 1878.
Is there?
Was there some kind of fire or something? What happened to all the articles?
There was a You talked to Ruth. She says, yeah, there was a fire in 78. We lost everything.
Gotcha.
Liar.
It's all the smoking you people do.
Okay, now you see, my roll wasn't half bad either. Did I get anything?
Yes. Yes, you did.
For a critical success, do I get to roll twice for my? I'm kidding.
No, unfortunately.
Darn. Okay.
But I will say this. But before we get to you, Lily, really quickly, is because of that crit, I will say that question that you were asking before about like the sort of like potential more history on the house. You think that you could have maybe find that kind of information at the library?
I would like to do that after we're done here, assuming everyone's on board with that, because I think there's a lot more to this.
That'll be the Boston Central Library.
Okay.
Now, Lily, what you find is kind of interesting too.
Okay.
You seem to find a article that was never released. It was never printed, like officially.
Oh.
I don't think this works. God, I wonder why. It used to be I used to just be able to press a button and it would show you guys my.
And it's bigger. It's
wow, it's big now.
Haunts the House in downtown
Oh
Boston.
wait, did it show you guys?
Yeah, I can. The Boston Globe. What haunts the house in downtown Boston?
Yes, yes.
1918.
Read this.
So this was written like maybe 7 years ago, but it was never actually printed.
So, March of 1880, a family of French immigrants moved into the home. So, that was... Now, is this French immigrant, is that Walter Corbett? Or did he, like, live there for 2 years, and then this other family... Well, let's keep reading. Crippled children...
It says it on the bottom. Oh, wait, no, I don't know how to read.
No, never be discovered except for a series... So it seems like Walter Corbett bought the home in 1878, and I'm out of character for the moment because this would take 3 hours to try and do in my accent. 1878, he moved in for 2 years, possibly less, and then a family in 1880 moved in, and crap happened, from what I'm reading. So what happened to Corbett was, like, yeah, it's weird. It didn't explain why Corbett moved out, if he did. Does that make sense?
Well,
because in 1878, Corbett bought the house.
No, in 1835.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm getting my dates confused.
So that would have. Oh yeah. So 1835. So this is like 45 years later. So he could be dead for all we know.
Yeah. Never be discovered.
Except for a series of violent attacks that resulted in the death of a parent and 3 crippled children on a winter night. Wow. The house been empty for a long time after that, but in 1909 and this is basically the same thing.
Yeah. So this attack on the Macarios happened years ago.
I see. And it wasn't printed because he was scared that the Knott family would sue him. That's funny. Sue the paper.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the water, a disease that remained there since the year of construction. In any case, anyone who dares to live there, be brave and strong enough to keep their sanity and mental health.
So wait a second. In
Hmm.
April 1918, a third family, the Macarios, rented the house, but then in 1924, Vittorio Macario tried to kill his family in that house.
Yeah, that seems to be something. I don't know why there's like a discrepancy, but we're gonna say that this story, the original one, the interesting article, that should be 1918, not 1924. Why it was
Yeah, the dates are, let's say, 6
reported years
off.
later. Well, we're just gonna let that one go for now because I think that's wherever I got these handouts.
Okay.
There was some confusion.
No worries.
So we're gonna say that this all happened like like 6-7 years ago.
Okay.
But it's coming up again, and or no, you know what? Sorry, maybe I'm confusing the issue. This attack on the Macario family didn't recently happen, but since Mr. Knott has been having such troubles renting out his apartment, maybe he brought this article with him, gave it to the society, and said, I keep on having troubles with this house. I've tried everything. The police don't care. Could you guys maybe just come take a look? You know
I
what I
see
mean?
what you're saying. So 6 years later, he's looking, after Mercutio's whatever moved out, Macario's moved out. 6 years later, another article was published. Rampage on Cops Hit. Okay, that makes sense.
Wait, what?
Well, we're gonna okay. I'm sorry this is so confusing. I should have maybe done a little better checking on this stuff that I picked out. But this interesting article, Rampage on Cops Hill, we're gonna say that this was printed in like 1918 or 1919, right when the Mercurios actually had this horrible incident.
These were residents, so he could have been in here at 1918, and this didn't happen until January.
Yeah, it could be. But just for now, we're not going to get hung up on the dates of that stuff because
Yeah.
all you need to know is that like years ago this attack happened, and like 6 years later this guy is still dealing with like, tenants who don't want to stay there. They move in, they move right back out, and 6 years later he's like, I tried talking to the cops, I tried talking to this, and you know what I mean? I heard about you crazy, you crazy
Oh, I
people,
see what
and
you mean, because they say that they moved out.
Mhm.
Alright.
yeah, the articles are not agreeing, so I apologize for that confusion.
You're fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
Long story short, there's a string of homicidal things happening every time someone goes to move in there. The house is clearly haunted or something,
Mhm.
and we just need to figure out
Where's
the history. I think we need to go back to where it started and get more information on, like,
From an actual library.
yeah, Corbett. Like I call Corbett or that Italian merchant, something that happened back then caused this. I just don't know what.
the mom is still there at the house, right?
No one's there. I think the house
No one's
is
there.
empty.
Oh, is it? It says the children were relocated, but it doesn't
Right,
say.
it doesn't exactly say what happened to the mom.
Mhm.
Well, she was stabbed to death.
No, the article definitely says that, and this is something that's correct in the article. Excuse me.
I can't really see the original article. It's really hard to see.
Yeah, it's a little janky, but long story short is this guy attacked his family. All the ruckus. Basically, the neighbors heard and called the police because they were screaming and yada yada yada. By the time the police get there, what's his actual name? Vittorio
Mhm.
had his family cornered in this bedroom with the knife, ready to attack, and the police subdued him before he actually harmed anybody.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right.
Well, Ruth, you've been a complete doll. We'll leave it. We'll leave this just the way we found it.
All right, she sort of looks around just to make sure everything is where it was, and I mean, she probably has some sort of order to the madness, but she just doesn't seem to say anything. So even if something's out of place, she doesn't make a deal of it. Okay, so I know Vince was talking about the library. Does anybody else have any ideas of what they want to do?
No, library's good.
I
Pony?
go with flow. I
Okay.
want to go to the house, but yeah.
Let the educated people do their thing first.
I want to climb roof. I want to
Yeah.
climb roof.
I still at some point want to go visit Mr. Mozzarella. We'll just go with that.
Mr. Mozzarella.
Well, you guys are going to have to figure out exactly where he is and what happened to him, right?
Yeah.
He's in an insane asylum.
Sure.
We
yeah.
can check with the police station or whatever.
Yeah, Roxbury Sanitarium is where he's at, right? Awaiting
Oh, does it
trial.
say it in the thing?
Yeah.
Then yeah, you guys know where he is.
I could read little bit.
I climbed it once.
I
I
climbed it.
recognize name.
All right, we're going to the library.
Okay.
Yes, home sweet home.
Is this where you feel most comfortable, Mr. Jones? Dr. Jones?
I say.
Dr. Jones.
Dr. Jones, Dr. Jones.
Dr. Jones, Dr. Jones.
I'm sorry.
So we all have to do libraries again?
Yeah, I mean, so basically, it's a public library, so you guys can just like walk right in. There's a section where it has like all this
Wow.
old information.
Good job.
Okay.
Okay, I want to do it.
Didn't he have a thing where he could do it again?
That's if I want to.
If you want to push it, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to push
But-
it?
I saw pictures of mountains and I started looking at those.
I like pop-up book.
Spain. Spaniard.
Okay. Are you going to push it, or are you good, Vince?
I think I'm good for now. Like,
Okay.
I'd hate to have something
Yeah.
bad happen already.
A critical fail would be like the library burns down spontaneously or something.
He accidentally set the library on fire with a cigarette.
Yeah.
Right.
We get kicked out.
Although he's pretty staunchly anti-smoking from what we've seen so far. Okay.
He starts a fight because somebody else is smoking.
So, what you find... Wait, who passed? It was Lily
Me.
and Pony, right?
No, Lily.
No.
No one passed but Lily.
Mhm.
Only me. Only Lily.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I got mixed up. Okay, so Lily, what you find is there is this just blurb, this little record about a lawsuit that went on back in 1852.
Corbett
1852.
again, huh?
Faulkner, Burridge versus Corbett. Oh, Mr. Faulkner and D. Burridge, neighbors of Walter Corbett, today ratify a petition with the signature of the 12 other members of the community against the said, who's with intention of forcing him to stop residing at 145 Cambridge Street, downtown Boston, as a result of his sick, curious habits and unauspicious demeanor. What?
So basically, he was a menace to society, and they want him to move out.
Okay, great.
The Tenants Association is like, get out. That's what that comes down to. Can I do some kind of history check to see if I recall this event?
That's like you.
Yeah, are you like you're like Boston born and bred? You might have your roots in this sort of stuff.
Correct. I don't. Let me see if I can pull up my sheet. Backstory.
I mean, I have a pretty good history thing, but I just moved to Boston, so I probably
Yeah,
know
this probably wouldn't be in your wheelhouse.
I'm
Would I know
looking-
anything about like the disease via my psychology?
Yeah, it says residence Boston. So yeah, I mean, I could say
Sure.
that I've lived here for a while. Sure.
This is like a very so there's not going to be any penalty if you don't pass this, but this is like a very specialized, specific thing. So it might be not enough for it to be a success. I think there could be
Okay.
like a hard success, but give it a shot. Maybe you do.
Okay, for history. All right. Nope.
No. Yeah, so you're like, wait a minute, didn't I hear about the? No, wait, that wasn't that was uptown. That wasn't downtown. I
Yep.
don't know.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, it's just not ringing a bell for you.
All right. Well,
Um,
that sucks. Let's see. Is there, and this is probably a stretch, but is there a way for me to use my occult ability to see, like, is there a way for me to to investigate the curious doings of Corbett? Like, did they document what weird things he was doing, and then can I tie that possibly this is a cult kind of thing? Or like, is that documented in the book somewhere that what kind of things he was doing? Or no?
give me a roll, and we'll see what the result is.
Okay, I
Let's
can't.
just-
Nope.
No luck.
The worst librarian ever.
Nah, it's just the rolls. I mean, I'll say this, like, basically, based off of your knowledge of the occult and like the history of it, I suppose,
Mhm.
you do know that like this sort of stuff does sort of like match up with like other things that you've heard about the occult. Like, usually it's not very easy to keep like rituals and stuff like that
Mhm.
buried in the forever. So it could be maybe that like the whatever he was doing, if he was doing anything, could have been getting picked up by the neighbors after years and years of his living there.
Mhm.
If he was just a weird guy, then it might have just been that he was like a weird guy. But could have been there. Could be something there. You're just not
Okay.
sure.
Makes sense. And what year are we in now?
1925. I
Okay.
think
24, I thought. I thought it was
24.
24.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think I said 24
Okay.
based off
Okay,
that
that's
bunk
fine.
article. But
I'm just
I'm
trying to
going
get
to
an
make
idea
an
of the
argument
technology.
for history. I would like to make an argument for history.
okay,
As
what's
a
your argument?
journalist, wouldn't have I done research in the area because I work here?
I mean, so this is what I was saying with Vince too. Is like, this is such a specific thing. If you think that like maybe you were like, because you kind of, well, here's the problem, right? Is you're part of this like strange and unknown society. I forget what it's called, but it's basically like the society of like investigating the unknown, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I could make I would accept the argument that like, since you're into this sort of stuff, maybe this is something you researched in the area. But you also were saying that like you don't truly believe in the unknown and everything has an explanation. Now, I'm not going to say that precludes you from that, but do could you make an argument based off of all that information?
I would do research to try and prove that there is something that, this isn't real. So in doing that, you still have to research the. Oh, what am I
Okay.
trying to
You know
say?
what? Sure. Give me a roll. We'll see how it shows
I
up.
mean, I'll probably just fail it anyway, but you never know.
You never know.
The Chewbacca defense works every
Oh
time.
yeah. No, see, I failed anyway.
67. Yeah. Again, it's the same thing as Vince. It's like you have this tickle in the back of your mind, but you just can't quite connect it with this particular the information that you found so far based off of your research so far.
Okay.
Alright.
Do we know where Corbett is? Like,
Corp's
You
probably
don't.
dead.
I mean, everything you know about Corbett, you've discovered through these articles and documents, and none of them really tell you what happened to them. Now, I will say, just because you've done, a library check here, doesn't mean that you can't do it again. But what you have to remember is that each time that you do a library check, it takes a good amount of time for you to, basically dig through all this information. So, like, you guys probably spent like pretty much the whole morning at the Boston Globe. You guys probably got here at like 1 or 2 o'clock. Maybe you guys stopped for lunch on the way. So it's like it's getting late in the day. You know what I mean? So if you guys want
And
to
the
like,
library's gonna close.
yeah,
Library
if you
starts at
guys
like
want to keep
5.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll say if you guys want to do like another library check, that'll probably be like the last one that you could do here, at least today.
Is there a time limit that we're not aware of, or no?
It's just that like you guys are kind of getting. I mean, I guess not you guys specifically. I mean, maybe you do get a cut. We didn't really go into that,
Mm-hmm.
but the long story short is like I'll just break the fourth wall here. Like based on the adventure, I didn't really do a good job of portraying this, but this guy is like desperately losing money. You know what I mean? So every day that goes by, he's becoming more desperate, and you guys are probably getting paid less. You know what I mean? So
I
there
see.
is a little bit of a time crunch, but it's not like a hard time crunch. Like there's no such
Okay.
thing as like you guys
We
didn't
could
solve this in a
probably
week. So
do 1 more hour of library, and then we can leave from there.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying to get more information. I mean, if it's okay, like more information on. I mean, it sounds like to me, Corbett. Is there a way to look up obituaries to find out what happened to him? Like, is there a body? Like, I mean, I'm just wondering, like, if he's possibly like a cult, or like, there's obviously he's doing something. So, like,
yeah, I
so,
mean, you could focus your search on that here in the. I mean, the problem is like again, I know what you're asking, and I get why you're asking that,
mm-hmm,
but it's just that like you have to remember that you're just in this place with like
mm-hmm,
volumes and volumes. So like finding one specific tidbit of information
right.
might be very difficult. It's not impossible,
Okay.
but
Mhm.
it's all going to depend on your roles. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Does it what about the navigate? Can I navigate where he is?
Can you navigate where he is?
Yeah. I mean, I know they don't have GPS trackers there, but you know.
These are highlight magazines, and
So are we doing another hour of library use then?
it's up to the group. It's whatever you guys want. I'll go with the flow.
I would like to.
Yeah, I'm fine with doing more research, unless Pony, do you have...
I
Is there
wanted to
something
go
else
to
you...
house. I wanted to go to house, but it's okay. You do what you need to do. I wait.
Okay.
Okay. You turn German all of a sudden.
I did. I really did.
Whatever.
Your
I've
character
been
should have
around.
OCD or multiple personality disorder.
I've been around the world.
Okay, well, I got another. I
Oh,
got a
what?
hard. Oh, look at him with his hard success, and I got a success.
Jesus.
Okay, that's good. So I'm going to give you guys two pieces of information.
Are
One
you
of
gonna
them
try
I have
again, Tony?
What? For the library use?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I told you I wanted to go to house, okay?
I have to go bathroom. For an hour.
Alright, anyway, well, she had
she
to
takes
try.
like a stack of like some of this information
Magazines.
and with there
Yeah,
she's
right.
like,
We're gonna climb the stack of magazines, yes.
you guys think that she's like going to read it while she goes, but she's actually going to use it as toilet paper.
Yeah. How to
Okay.
please man in 5 steps. Cosmopolitan. Go ahead.
So I don't have a handout for this, Vince. But
Okay.
since you asked for such a specific thing and you got a hard success, I'm going to give it to you.
Okay.
So what you actually find is the obituary for Corbett.
Okay.
Mhm.
And basically it's like very, you know, it's an obituary from like the newspaper. So it's very flowery and that kind of stuff. Like, oh, he was a good man, beloved by the community, blah 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 blah. And it says in the obituary that his services are going to be held at the Chapel of Contemplation.
Ooh.
Chapel of Contemplation.
Held where?
Do we know where that is?
What was it called again?
The Chapel of Contemplation. Give me a history check, Vince.
Okay. History.
Okay.
Whoa.
You remember that you seem to remember like you know, you're a Bostonite, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you remember hearing about this Chapel of Contemplation. Now you've never been there yourself, and you know that it no longer exists. Sorry, let me just find
That's
this
okay.
one piece of information that I will give to you. Yeah. You seem to remember it wasn't even that long ago. Like maybe 10, 20 years ago. You remember hearing something about the chapel, um, and that it burned down or something like that. You can't. It's like it was just like an
Mm-hmm.
a off the cuff sort of story that you heard in passing. You didn't like research it or anything, but you're like, yeah, I remember that. That place like burned down or something.
Okay.
20 years ago, something like that.
I feel like I wouldn't know that.
Yeah, that's why I was asking Vince specifically on that one.
Okay. Do we know like the location of the burnt building or like who? I'm guessing it's a chapel, so like, is it possible to see like who used to like what priests or whatever used to be there and talk to them or? I don't know.
Maybe not. But
Okay.
you know what? Here, I'll give you this too, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The reason why this is like in your memory, like it's something that like stuck with you,
Okay.
is because like this burning down of the church was like a pretty big tragedy at the time. Like people died in that fire. You know what
Okay.
I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like sort of like this like dark piece of Boston history that like people know about, but they don't really like talking about, sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Okay. And so the service was held at the Chapel of Contemplation. Um, I'm assuming that's where his body went. The service, like. I,
It
okay.
was it was just like a note at the end that's like services will be held at the Chapel of Contemplation. You know,
Okay.
like they do in like obituaries. You know what I mean?
I see. All right. So
And you said you
interesting.
had another piece too?
Yes, I do. I have something that you find, Eleanor.
No.
You're digging through this, and you find this sort of like old, weathered article, and it mentions right in the title Corbett.
Okay. Ooh. 1868. Jesus.
$1852. He died.
December 11th in his
18
home.
Okay.
What?
So we know that Corbett died in 12/11,
December
1866.
1866. Upon being found in the city at the time of death by Pastor Michael Thomas. Write that name down. Maybe we can find him. Was almost immediately blocked by a lawsuit filed by residents. What? Okay.
And as you guys are pouring through this thing, the librarian sort of scurries over. I don't mean to be a pest, but we're trying to close up here. I got to get home and make some dinner for my family.
Yeah, we'll get out of here. Let's get out of here.
I want to take picture book home.
What?
I want to take picture book of mountains home.
Do you have a
Home.
library card? Are you registered here?
No, I'm immigrant.
Well, that's okay, but you're
You
gonna
were
have
from
to.
Boston.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I always just go with that excuse. I'm immigrant.
Yeah, that's just what she says every time. Every time they come. Oh, I immigrant. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't.
No hablo inglés.
Here, take mine. I'll check it out for her.
Okay, she does like the quick paperwork. Like you could tell that she's like in a rush, and she signs you out the book. She's like,
Yes, miss. I'd like to check out these 75 books, please.
Oh.
oh
I'm
no,
kidding.
we have a limit. I'm sorry. Can you come back tomorrow, please? I'm so sorry. I just
Incompetence.
Wow. We know.
what?
Come back.
What did you say?
I was smoker's cough.
I haven't seen you smoke since you came in. Oh,
He
well, never
make
mind.
yolk. He make yolk. He make yolk.
You make
Let's
yolk?
just,
Egg.
let's
egg?
just go.
Just
We're gonna go.
You make yolk. You just hear her like talking to herself as you're walking out.
oh, man.
Okay, so what time of day is it?
It's like 5:30 at this point.
So
The library
basically, it's
closed like
gonna
half
be
an hour
like
ago.
dinner and probably getting back to wherever we're staying at this point.
Yeah.
Because
So
I have a question of like after dinner or during dinner or whatever of something I want to try and do.
okay. So are you guys going to go out to dinner together?
If I must.
And where are you guys going to go? Are you going to let Victor choose, since he seems to be he has the most what's the word, exclusive
Etiquette.
talent?
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's fine. What I want to do will have to be like back at the hotel or wherever the fuck we're staying.
There's
you
a
like to know what I'm
Pizza
trying
Hut
to do?
right down the street.
Oh my god. Pizza Hut? Absolutely not.
Old school.
Did you ever see Demolition Man, Vince?
No.
Oh, damn.
Is that with Sylvester Stallone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so good. It's like, oh, the governor's going to take you to Taco Bell. Anyways, okay. So yeah, you guys enjoy your dinner together. Is there anything you guys talk about during dinner? Is there anything you guys want to sort of just, based off of what you've learned so far? Any thoughts? Any theories? Any plans?
I would love to visit the ceremonial of competence or whatever it was.
The Chapel of Contemplation, but it's burned down.
I want to
yeah.
go to the asylum.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind going to the asylum to interview the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
for that, I'm actually going to try and do something. I would like to try and use my forgery skill to see if I can make badges. Or
Badges?
a badge.
For what?
As if I was like a doctor there or something.
Okay. Go for it.
I want badge for window washer, so I can climb in his window.
I will just call you guys my associates. I'm assuming I only have time to make one.
She could be like an orderly, honestly.
Okay.
But anyways, that's up to you guys. Yeah, sure. I mean, you don't really know what the badges look like, but I mean, maybe you've done some investigations at sanitariums before, and you have a general idea of what their
I like to talk to people.
credentials look like. Yeah. Fair enough. So sure, you're able to come up with 4 essentially fake IDs for the asylum. Or I'm sorry, 3. I'm not part of this group as much as I want to be.
Aww.
She's just clipping letters out of a magazine and then pasting them all together.
Yeah, it looks like a ransom note.
Yeah, right.
Okay, sure. Okay. Anything else? I mean, is that the thing that you want to try, Lily? Okay. So if there's nothing else to say, then maybe you guys part way for the night, go back to your homes, get a good night's rest, and you guys, I guess, maybe came up with a plan to meet somewhere in the morning.
Yeah, I think we're all gonna meet at the loony bin.
Yeah.
Okay. And the thing that's good about your 4 backstories actually is that like none of you have like a solid like 9-to-5 job, so it's not like you have any, you know what I mean? Like
Pressing
like you're
matters.
not expected to be anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Is that a thing? Like,
Yeah, I mean, if one of you guys was like a, I don't know, like a dock worker, right? You know, maybe you could only work on the weekends or after, a certain time when you get
Certain
off work.
hours and
You
stuff,
can't
yeah.
shug your actual job.
I'm having horrible visions of like Grand Theft Auto roleplay right now, like working as an EMT or something.
Right?
Leave your brother
That's
alone.
funny.
Oh man.
Okay. So you guys arrive at Roxbury Sanitarium. We'll say like 9 o'clock in the morning. You guys all, had a meeting place that you guys all meet at.
Okay.
It's a pretty big, imposing building. It's like gray and dull. Big chain fence around the entire outside. Yeah, it's just an imposing looking building. It like almost makes you uncomfortable just looking at it. It's just one of those buildings. But
Shall we?
you guys walk in, and there's like sort of like this, I guess like a lobby. I don't know what else to call it really. But like there's like this big metal door, and in front of that is a man in sort of like this white, what do they call those? Like scrubs, I guess. I don't know what.
Smock.
Yeah, well, yeah, whatever. Sitting, at the desk, and he looks up as you guys walk in, and he says, "Yeah, can I help you?"
Yeah, I'm Dr. Hamilton, and I'm here to see Mr. I don't want to say mozzarella, but I always forget his name.
Wait, what
Marcio?
did you say?
Macario.
Macario.
Doctor, who? Do you have like an appointment or something?
Here's my badge.
Just stick it in his face.
You just stick it on his forehead. Like
The
the glue is still wet from yesterday. Sorry.
Yeah.
We should have done this at nighttime.
Yeah, I guess it would be like, I want to call this like a deception, because it is.
Or disguise.
Persuasion? Okay, can I use persuasion?
I mean, it's not really persuasion. What's your fast talk? Oh, it's
My
only a
fast
20.
talk.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess because you got the success on your forgery, I'll let you use your persuasion in place of the fast talk this time. Okay. So he says, "Oh, do you work? Are you new here, or are you just?" I guess it doesn't matter. If you're
Seasonal.
authorized, then I guess you can go. Do you know where he is?
No, could you take me then? And these are
Well,
my associates.
I can't really leave the front here unattended.
You know what? Just point me in the right direction.
Well, here's what I'll do is I have the patient list here. You can take this copy and you could use that to find his room. Okay.
Thank you so much, your doll.
He goes back to his.
Sir. Do you smoke, sir?
What?
Yeah, I smoke. It's the 1920s.
Don't. Then I just walk away.
Wow.
You see him, like, his eyes go wide, like, was this some sort of, like, message, from beyond or something, like, oh. He changes his life that day. He throws his cigarette at and he's just like, oh, never again.
That's a skill check.
I don't even know what that check would be.
Is there an only you can prevent forest fires check or what? Like,
no, I don't. I mean,
okay.
There probably is, to be fair. I just don't know it.
Maybe I should have put more in like fast talk. I didn't even think about that.
Give me a. This doesn't really make sense, but give me a find hidden, and anybody can partake in this.
Ooh.
Spot hidden. Okay.
A spot hidden, yeah. Okay. As you guys are.
Where did you put all your points in?
I don't even climbing.
So as you guys are going through this list, trying to like figure it out, like you guys are like, okay, so this must be like all the room numbers with an A must be in this A ward that's over here. So where is Vittorio Marcario? And you're going through the list, and it doesn't matter who. One of you two notices that There's also a Gabriella Macario in here.
Oh.
But you do find Vittorio, he's in the C ward.
Okay. I wonder if we can visit both just to see. I'm looking through the newspaper clipping. It just says his wife. It doesn't say her name, so I don't know if it's the wife that went crazy as well, or I don't know. Yeah. Do you want to visit the guy first, and then possibly the lady?
Mhm.
Are there any like employees that are talking about the incident that any one of us can like overhear or anything like that? Or is it just like chitter chatter, like nonsense?
I mean, you have to remember that this guy was, what's the word?
It's like a cold case file. No one's really actively talking
Yeah,
about it.
Oh, okay.
yeah, he was admitted like 5 years ago.
Okay.
So the chances of somebody talking about it right now is like, you
Slim
know.
to none.
Now, if you wanted to go up to somebody and try to start a conversation about him and maybe get them talking, that could be a possibility. But as far as just walking by and hearing like idle conversations, you don't hear anybody talking about
Okay.
the incident.
Okay. No worries.
Okay,
Alright.
so were you guys just going to continue on to his room?
Yeah, that C
Yes.
block or whatever.
Okay. So you guys, the layout is a little bit weird, but you're able to figure it out. You guys are both very highly educated. You guys can understand how the flow goes, and you eventually reach the C word, and you find him in 8C.
Alright.
Okay.
So
On
it's
this
just like
one,
this.
I will let you do the talking, and I want to listen. And then as they're talking, I want to use psychology to see if I can kind of get my own diagnosis of what's medically wrong or mentally wrong.
Okay. Well, as you guys enter, you don't even really need to make a psychology roll. I mean, you could tell that there is something wrong with this guy. He's sitting in this like wooden chair, rocking back and forth in the middle of the room. His hair is like crazy, just like unkempt, just going in all directions. His eyes don't look up at you as you come in. All you see him doing is rocking back and forth in this chair, clutching a Bible to his chest. And he's just like muttering to himself. He's just not making any sense at all.
Is there glass separating us, or like what's he? Is he behind
No,
bars?
no. So what the room that you guys entered, it was like it's like one of those like
So,
there's like a glass window on it that's like sort of fortified with all those like little metal things on the inside,
okay.
like going, crisscrossing back and forth. But you guys are just in his room now, where, there's like a bed, there's like a little couch and a little bathroom at the back. But
Is there a guard nearby just in case crap hits the fan?
there was a guard at the like entrance to the C ward, but right outside of his room, no, it's just you guys.
Can we position ourselves in such a way to where we can talk to him from like the doorway and then close the door on him if he like gets up to us hack us?
Yeah.
I'm just thinking
Yeah.
ahead. Okay.
I mean, you could take like a defensive position in the room, and like, he's maybe like 8-10 feet back from where the door is, just like right in the middle of this room, really. And like I said, just in this wooden chair, rocking back and forth. His eyes are like wild. His hair is wild. He just looks like he's not okay.
Okay. Do we know the name of the wife and kids at this point?
You don't. They're not mentioned in those articles.
Okay. So who's doing the talking?
The mother was Gabriella.
We don't know that, do we?
It's in the article.
Oh, is it in the article? Okay, yeah. So then you would know that.
Which
Yeah.
article? That
The first one.
the unprinted one or the interesting one?
No, the interesting one. The very first one. The very first
Oh,
one.
okay. Oh, yeah, Vittorio. Oh, the man was identified as Vittorio
Next
Marcario,
one. Mhm.
and it just says wife, children. Oh,
It says
Gabriella. Okay. I. So, are you talking then, Lily? Because I don't want to like.
No, go ahead.
I knock on the door, like with my finger, just to sort of show him that we're there, or at least draw some attention. Does that even work, or is he not moving?
I mean, he's just rocking back and forth. His eyes don't move; they're just like fixed.
Can
And
he?
it's like as he rocks, his vision is going up and down with his head as it sways.
Is he facing us or away from us?
Facing you.
Okay. I'd like to just yell out the word Gabriella, just to see if that gets his attention.
Yeah, you know what? He'll stop for like a moment, and then like his eyes sort of like search for a second, but then like immediately he starts going back into this rocking back and forth. Like it struck with him, but
Oh, what diagnostically? What they would diagnose him with?
yeah, make a psychology roll.
There's a lot of stuff on here. Wow.
I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know what they call this shit. He's fucking crazy, man. The man's crazy.
Schizophrenia or
What's that?
schizophrenia?
It doesn't seem so. Again, I know this is like tough because I don't know a lot about like mental disorders.
But he's
like-
just scared out of his ass, right?
It's not
Or-
even that he's like. Well, you know what? He does seem scared, but it's like this, like you think that might be why he's like clutching the Bible, like he's like keeping it close to him for like some sort of like protection or something.
Mhm.
But it also seems like he's just like far gone with whatever is wrong with him. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm sorry. I know you passed, but I just don't know what they would call
No,
this,
that's
especially in the
fair
1920s.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. They probably didn't know a whole lot about mental disorders back then anyway.
Mhm.
Can I appraise... I don't know if that's going to work, but like the Bible that he's holding, is there anything special about it? Or is it just a regular Bible?
Do an appraise check. Sure. I'm not even sure if that's correct, but you know what? Let's roll with it.
Okay. Barely.
Wow, you hit it right on the nose. There doesn't seem to be anything special about it. It seems to be like a standard. It doesn't look like an ancient Bible or anything like that. It just looks like a copy of the Bible that you would find in like a motel
Okay.
room, hotel or whatever. You know what I mean?
Just ask him why he tried to kill his kids.
Yeah, so I'll ask him, Sir, could you hear me? Does he respond at all?
He doesn't respond, but his like gibbering to himself stops. So you think he may be listening.
Okay.
Let's
We're...
get the blink for yes or no.
That's a good idea. Alright, let's try that. Are you able to blink once for yes and twice for no?
I mean, he can clearly talk, can he? Because he was muttering to himself.
I guess.
Yeah. I
Or-
mean, the other thing is that his eyes are so wild too that like he's just like he's blinking. You know what
so
I mean?
he's all over the place. Okay.
Yeah, he's just
What
like
about,
all
like,
over the place.
Alright.
Tapping, maybe?
Can you
I mean,
say
you haven't-
something? Could you say something to me?
And he says, "Okay, say, hey, what, who, why, who?"
What happened to you?
The man, the man.
Which man?
Corbett.
The shadow.
Shadow?
And he starts rocking back and forth like really hard now. Like he's like
Mhm.
reliving shit. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Mhm. What if you mentioned like I don't know, Corbett, like maybe
Yeah, I don't think he would know.
unless Corbett introduced himself as a dead being, I don't know.
Well...
Okay, so what I know about his disorder of like whether he's basically not going to be able to communicate
I mean, not much beyond what you're getting now.
Okay,
Yeah.
so basically, with whatever disorder he has, he will not be able to communicate. This is as much as we're gonna get. We have better luck with looking at Gabriella.
Was there hypnosis back then?
Yeah, probably. Sure.
Yeah, well, considering it's on here, isn't it?
I wonder
Is
if
it?
we can possibly
never mind.
get through all of that crazy and get him to actually speak with hypnosis of some kind.
I don't know. I thought hypnosis was on there. I could be completely wrong.
I have a could have sworn I had a medicine. I have a medicine of 31, which probably isn't great. I could have sworn I had.
I mean, I have psychology of 75, but
Oh, okay. So, do you?
I just don't think hypnosis would work. And I don't even think if hypnosis is on here. Do we have time for hypnosis? Because usually with hypnosis, you have to be able to, okay, calm your mind, do this, do that. If he's not completely understanding us,
While they're talking, I go up to him and I shake him and I ask, "Why'd you kill kids? Why'd you kill your kids? Why'd you try to kill kids?"
Okay. So, as you touch him and shake him like that, all of a sudden he jumps out of his chair and grabs you by your collars too, and you know what? You're much bigger than he is. I mean, you're like a beast. So he tries to push you back, but he can't. But he's looking you in the eyes. His eyes are wide and unblinking. And he says, "By his own weapon is the devil worsened." And then he his grip loosens and he sort of slumps back into the chair. And now he's shaking again.
He's possessed.
Why is he clutching a Bible then? He seems to be clutching it like it's super important to him. Is he part of me is wondering if part of me's he knows it's wrong, so he's trying to get guidance from the Lord or whatever. But he knows something's wrong with him, and he's trying to get.
Can't you use your occult stuff on that?
Well, yeah. Can I? If he's mumbling anything, can I gleam any occult words that he might be saying? Or
sure, go for it. Yeah.
What did he say when he was holding me?
Occult success.
Okay. So everything that he's saying, it's just it's half-finished sentences. It's half-finished thoughts. But nothing seems to be connected to the occult that you could tell.
Okay.
He's not saying any weird Latin words or everything's in English. It's just these half-baked thoughts that he can't seem to complete. Just so gently by the collar. He said, "By his own weapon is the devil worsted."
Worsted?
Yeah, I don't know.
As an uneducated Spaniard, I have no idea what that means.
That's really weird.
Funny language lingo, I guess.
But
Maybe
yeah,
he's
especially
schizophrenic.
after this outburst, he seems like he's shut off. He's really back into this
You
rocking.
should not have
He's,
done that,
within
Anna.
his own- within his own
It's
head.
Anna.
Anna, you should not have done that, Anna. Let's
Well,
go
Chuck,
try and Gabriella, because he's gone now.
You guys take too long, It's I don't have time for this.
Then you should have stayed at the hotel.
Mountain's not going to go climb themselves, okay?
Exactly.
Can we go see Gabriella?
Yeah, you could see that she's in the female ward, which is just there's 3 wards for the men and 1 ward for females, and she is in this D ward.
All right, let's go to the D word.
And as you guys are walking past the guard to the D ward, he says, Are you guys supposed to be here? I've never seen you before.
I'm new here. I'm the new doctor.
New doctor? He starts flipping through some paperwork.
I show my badge.
He says, I don't see anything about a new doctor.
Is there anyone else like close by us at all, or like passing doctors like going by us?
Sure, why?
I was gonna like do like a sleight of hand check to maybe steal some pills and be like, I bring medication.
Oh, is that? Yeah, go for it. Sure. There's like a cart going by, being pushed by one of the orderlies with all this medication on it and these little paper cups.
Oh God. Okay. Oh God.
Is your sleight of hand like 5?
Yeah. Okay. It's fine.
Fuck, my sleight of hand's better than yours.
Mine is 10.
Maybe that's
Mine's
not
10.
the best idea. Then I'm just saying.
My stealth is 20. I could just sneak by me. I don't
20.
know. Okay, never mind.
Jesus
Drop
Christ.
it.
So you go to swipe one of these cups, but with your big burly hands,
Just knocked them all over.
you just like swipe at like a bunch of them and like knock them to the ground. These pills go scattering all over the floor.
Great, that's a great distraction,
And
right?
the orderly goes like, God damn it, what the... God damn, the guard stands up and goes, oh, Jesus Christ, Jim, not again.
I'm so sorry. I did not mean... Mr. Security Guard, you help me. You help me clean all this up, thank you. And then...
He's like, God damn it, these pills aren't even... Which one goes to... Oh, for Christ's sakes, this is going to take forever. And
So we're
the
just gonna
three of them
continue to
start...
walk by.
Yeah.
And we just start sneaking away, like, yeah, they're not gonna notice.
Hang on, there's not supposed to be 2 blue ones in a single cup. Give me that. God damn it. God damn it.
They better be
This
still
is
at
my
it on our
fucking
way
day.
out. I'm just saying.
Okay, so we'll say that Eleanor and Victor are able to sneak. Not really sneak. I mean, it's not like you guys could just kind of like moseyed on through while these guys are distracted by this mess made by Anna.
Oh, right.
I look back at Anna and give her a silent thumbs up, like,
I give him a little wink.
yeah.
You see? That works.
All
Okay.
right.
So yes, you guys are now successfully in D ward. Ward D, whatever you want to call it. Warded, if you choose.
Worded.
Mhm.
And you go back to the patient chart, and you find which room that Gabriella is in. Gabriella.
All right.
Alright.
Is she more lucid?
Yeah, if you guys look through that little window, you could see her just sort of sitting on the bed, smoking a cigarette.
I knock on the window. Miss Marcario? Marcario. Yeah, Marcario.
She like jumps a little bit, like she was like deep in thought, and she sort of like relaxes and says, "Yes."
We're investigating the happenings at your earlier place of residence. We'd like to know why your husband attacked you. We're investigating this unfortunate circumstance. Could you tell us what happened? Anything unusual that may have occurred that night?
Anything unusual that occurred that night? I tell you, I don't know why you guys have to keep putting me through this. It's enough to drive me crazy. But I keep telling you, my husband did not do that. It wasn't my husband when he did it, okay? It was that thing. It was that goddamn thing.
What thing did you see?
It was the shadow man, the red eyes. He drove my husband mad, okay? I don't know why. He hated my husband. He hated him.
Did you invite this man in, or was he already in the house?
Oh, it's hard to say. I don't know. When we first got there, everything seemed fine, but the kids started saying they were seeing weird things. I saw some weird stuff, but my poor
Define
husband,
weird.
he got the brunt of it. Things moving, things that I didn't touch being moved, things moving in front of my face.
Do you think you're crazy, miss?
I don't know what to think. She takes like a long drag at her cigarette, and she's like, her hand is shaking now.
Where are your kids?
I think my grandparents have them.
I see.
And she's not like,
Mm-hmm.
you think that's what she believes at the very least, but she's like, in her mid, 40s, late 50s at this point. So she's like, her grandparents have got to be old, and this is the 20s. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But
Mhm.
she's in a sanitarium, so maybe she doesn't get that much news outside.
Did this shadow man person thing have any defining characteristics that you remember besides the red eyes?
I mean, I never saw him. It was my husband just told me what he saw.
I see. And
But he
did
said
your
it was a
husband
shadow.
slowly go crazy, or was this all at once?
I mean, we all did. I guess you I can't explain it unless you've been there. But that house, there's something wrong with it. There's something wrong with that house. Okay, we lived there for a year, and the longer it went on, the more it affected us. By the end of it, we were all changed. We were not okay. It's just what my husband did. It wasn't him. You have to understand. You have to believe me. He wouldn't do that to us.
We do believe you, miss. That's why we're investigating. So any information that you can provide would be great. My accent has been dropped at this point.
Yes, so is mine for the most part.
Yeah.
She says, I don't know what to say that I haven't said 200 times already. It's just something in that house attacked us, terrorized us. But he was the only one that saw it.
Did the occurrences happen in one part of the house more than any other part of the house?
No, not really. I mean, I've had things happen to me in the kitchen, in the bedroom, in the kids' room, the study. It didn't seem like it was, it was the whole house. It was the whole damn house.
Did you hear any weird noises, words, chanting, any howling?
I mean, I heard weird stuff, but not like no, nothing that I could remember specifically. It wasn't like chanting or nothing like that.
Well, I look over to my associate. Feel free to chime in.
I'm sorry, my head hurts.
Let's see.
Are there any feminist ghosts there? No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
You're not there, Pony.
I know.
You're still picking up pills in the hallway.
Yeah, there's a loud crash. I spilled some more medicine.
Pony's like taking one and popping it into her mouth every once in a while.
Yep. But I know first aid, so I know which one's the good ones.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, what's your pharmacy at, Pony? No, I'm just
I
kidding.
was actually looking for that.
I think there is a skill, right? I think you need someone
mine's
for
49.
My first aid is 75.
that. Okay, well, that's something.
Wow, that's good.
But
Mhm.
but yeah, I mean, that's the gist of it. Is she's just like, yeah, the house is fucked up.
Mhm.
It definitely hated my husband. You know,
Okay. So it doesn't sound like we're gonna get much more from her. I mean, it seems like the husband and the wife have corroborating stories. Like something in the house either possessed him or drove him to do what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, how come it still has a hold of him after all of this time? Like, did it leave some kind of lasting damage? And is there a way to like block it? But would I know enough with my occult knowledge to know if there's anything like possession, mind control, anything like? Would I know anything about that?
Go ahead. Yeah, make a. Well, I don't want to just keep making you roll the same thing.
No,
But,
it's
if you
cool.
want,
I mean,
if you
that's
want
why
to
we
roll an occult, go for it. Sure.
that's why we gotta go to the house, right? To
No,
investigate.
nope. Okay,
You could push it if you want.
now I'm good. It's yeah.
Oh,
I mean, what I'll say is like based on your knowledge of the occult, it's like not that I think they would have much knowledge of this in the 20s anyways, but
Mhm.
it's kind of like radiation. The longer you're exposed to it, the worse it gets. You know what I mean?
So it's since they lived there for a year, it's possible like he might be beyond saving because he had a very extreme exposure to whatever this is.
Yeah, especially considering like she keeps saying like it seemed to really have it in for him.
Can I ask her why it seemed to have it in for? Like, is there any reason why? Did he do anything to provoke this thing more so than the rest of the family? Like, why did it target him specifically? Does she know why?
Sorry, let me think for a second. I just
Yeah.
want to see if
Take your time. I like to ask the hard questions.
No, that's a good question. So she says, I don't know. It's just hated. It just hated ever, but it did seem to get worse after he was talking about fixing up the basement. Yeah, that's when it started getting real bad.
the basement.
Basement.
The basement. Okay,
I think
so
we need to see the
That's a pretty.
house.
That's a pretty big clue, isn't it?
I would imagine there's something going on in the basement. I mean, that's where all crazy people do their stuff. So, okay. Is there anything else that you want to ask? Because at this point, I think I got it. Everything.
I'm sorry. No, my head is just pounding right now.
All right.
Well, we can call it there for now because I don't want you to be suffering through a headache. And I mean, I think this was a pretty good first session, right?
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed it.
Next stop is the house, right? Or no?
And is there any other places that you'd want to go and visit? Like this, the only thing we haven't looked at is this whole chapel of contemplation that's been burned down. I don't know if there's a follow-up there or not, but it's up to y'all.
There's a what?
That chapel of contemplation. When we're at the
yeah,
library
that's
and we
right.
did that research.
Yeah, I have it written down.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that's like something we want to research prior to investigating the house. And how do we, if there is some kind of haunting, I think we need to, as a group, figure out how to combat it. Because, like, I don't know how much knowledge we have on battling this kind of thing, but what's to stop this thing from mind controlling us if we go in there, or possessing, or whatever it's doing? We need to find a way to block it or kill it. So we may want to do more research and arm ourselves. I don't think there were proton packs back then, but there's got to be something. So that's just my thought. But all right, well, yeah. Thanks for the session. That was fun. I hope everyone had a good time.
I really enjoy it so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah,
I'm
Pony,
just
I'm sorry
really
that
tired.
I'm going to try to figure out some stuff to make you get more involved in it too. I know it's a little bit
Oh
tough since you're not like the researchy type character, but
no, it's
you'll have your
fine.
moment to shine for sure.
That's fine. I'm just waiting for like to punch something in the face, or you know.
Right.
I should have punched the security guard.
Oh my goodness, you would.
You're like the Incredible Hulk of the group.
I could use my rope skills, you
Mhm.
know, as a climber.
But I mean, just in general, does this seem like something that you guys would be interested in continue doing? Like if I wanted to, I mean, I know we're not even done with this one, and I think at the very least we'll finish this one, but is it something you guys think you guys could get into like a more in-depth, longer sort of adventure sort of thing?
I do because I like the mystery. Like I'm a sucker for like Sherlock Holmes and stuff like that. So I like
Yeah, I do.
mysteries, and if it's occult related, I don't mind that either. So I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I like it so far. I'm sorry. It's just, I had a really long day after work today, getting home.
No,
from my
I literally have to
edits.
get up at like the butt crack of dawn, so it's probably good that we end a little bit early tonight.
Okay, that's fine.
I like it because it makes me feel as if I'm playing the board game Betrayal at House on Haunted Hill.
There we
And
go.
I can't wait until I get into the house and like start really seeing the layout in my head as how it would look in the board game.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, just to give you guys some thoughts for the next session too. I know that there was some talk about potentially going to like the police station to look into. I can't even remember what it was, but I know that Vince mentioned something about the police station.
Yeah, it
And
was to
just
see which asylum she was at, but you figured
oh
that
yeah,
out.
we didn't need that after all because it was in the article. The other thing that I just wanted to mention too, I'll just give this to you since you're like literally an investigative journalist, Lily, is that whole business with the church, or I'm sorry, the what was it, the Temple of Contemplation
The
or whatever?
chapel of
Chapel of Contemplation.
Mhm.
I assume Vince probably mentioned this when you guys were in the library researching it. I'm just going to assume that you shared that information with the group.
Yes. Mhm.
Lily, you would know that at the police station they keep records of that kind of stuff, like terrible accidents, and you know what I mean. So that could be another possible direction if you guys wanted to. But if you guys wanted to go straight to the house too, that's fine. I just wanted to at least put that out there because you know
Appreciate that.
it's something that Eleanor would probably know.
Yeah. And I'm keeping track. I even have some notes, which is good for me.
Yeah, but I like it. I felt like the flow was actually kind of good. It seemed like it's kind of working so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. Even and if oh sorry, go ahead.
No, to sort of follow up on Nick's thing about the chapel, I wouldn't mind knowing how and why the chapel burned down. Maybe either the thing, like the services were held at the chapel, meaning that the body of Corbett, assuming that's what this all is, was there. And I wonder if he was starting to like, I don't know, this corpse was affecting the place in some way and they had to like burn it down. I don't know. Like I'd really like to know why.
And this is just an idea. We could always split up. We'd have to take turns, but we could always split up, like one going to the police station, one going to the site if they wanted to.
I was thinking that too. I really was. Like even
And
if
especially if we're on a time crunch.
Where would you want to go,
Yeah.
Pony, besides the house? I think we should be together when we're in the house.
I would do like just scout the outskirts of the house because I'm like a tracker, sort of. So like I would investigate if there was like a mausoleum nearby or like one of those, I don't know, what
like
are they called?
Indian burial grounds? Like is it sacred ground or something?
Yeah.
Yes, baby, I'm coming soon. My cat is giving me this look like it's bedtime.
And if mountain climbing is like too hard to integrate into the story, I don't mind like breaking my leg and then choosing another occupation. That's fine.
No, it is a little bit challenging because it's a very random thing.
And then a mountain just appears in the middle of Main Street. Only you can climb it.
I wanted to be a valet or a chauffeur, so I was just saying.
That at least
No,
would have been
I mean,
under like street knowledge.
True.
I think it's interesting at least. And I think I'm getting some ideas of how to incorporate it. So we'll figure something out. It's just difficult because this part is just like
Man, you should have
investigation,
had her have
investigation,
to find a
investigation.
book in the
Yeah.
library that had to be climbed to.
Oh yeah, that could have been something. Damn it! Why didn't I think of that? Make a climb check, Pony. Will retroactively.
We're out of ladders. Oh no, what will we ever do?
Hey!
We got the book.
It's a hard
Oh.
success.
And you know what? That reminds me too. Did everyone keep track of the checks they passed?
I
Yes.
did, yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's do one at a time, really quickly here.
Oh.
Lily, which ones did you pass?
I passed. Oh shit. Oh. Did I get out of it? Jesus Christ.
Do we roll twice if I pass library use twice, do I get to roll twice
No.
or just once?
No.
Just
Okay,
the ones. They
persuade.
specify that. In the thing.
Persuade checks 3.
Okay. You didn't do a library check successfully? I'm sure you did.
Me? 3 times, yes.
You did. Okay. So is that just it? The two of them, library and persuade?
And forgery and spot hidden and psychology.
Okay. So for every thing that you made a successful check on, roll that skill right now.
So just one skill, just roll it.
No, each one that you passed, make one roll for that skill.
Do I? Okay. Hold on. So I have persuasion.
Yes.
So do a persuade check. Okay. Now roll, or you want me to do it? Just roll like a 1d10.
Dice 1d10.
Okay,
3.
so you could increase your persuade to a 78.
Oh, so I have to go to edit mode for that?
Yeah.
Okay, 78. Okay.
And then go on to the next one. So whatever your next check is
Library
that you pass,
used.
go for it.
What the fuck is it? There's so many, I'm sorry.
There's a lot. Yeah, so that's another one. So roll another d10.
8.
So that becomes a 58.
Oh! Are you serious?
Yeah.
Holy shit! Okay. And let's
just-
see, the next one is forgery.
Go for it.
No.
Okay, no good on that one.
Spot hidden.
Go for it. There you go. D10.
8.
So that goes up to an 83.
Holy shit! Sorry. I'm gonna say holy shit every single time.
I'm not bleeping that out.
It's
Too much work.
Are you recording this?
I was, yes.
Are you posting this to your channel?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
put a note.
psychology. 7.
Okay, so that becomes an 82.
And that's the last one.
Okay, Vince, you want to go next?
Yeah. Next session, though, I want to do every skill. Like, I want to work
Yeah.
as an accountant for a while, and I want to drive somewhere, and
Wow.
no, I'm kidding. I want to go to the firearm range and just fire. No, I'm kidding. All right, so
For everyone we fail, we should just put like one skill on it, like just one.
all right, so
Extreme success.
that means I
Wow.
get to roll 10 d10s.
Yeah, right. Okay, up to a 75 though, not bad.
All right, so that was library use 75. Okay. And next is history. History. Oh, well, come on now.
What?
All right. But just all these extremes. Oh, okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Where were these rolls earlier?
Dr. Jones.
65. Okay. And then spot hidden. Nope. Appraise. Where are you? Jeez.
Wow, killing it.
D10. It's a 4. So praise goes from 55 to 59. And occult. And
Very good.
that D10 is an 8. So occult goes from 58 to 63. And that's it.
Okay, and then Pony, I know you at least got your climb check.
Yep.
You got anything else?
Oh,
Oh,
God.
wow. Actually, not that this matters for this, obviously, but 96 to 100 is considered a critical failure on
Oh
any roll.
damn. That's crazy. Well, you know
So-
what? You know what it is? It's already so high that, it's fine,
Yeah, you're not gonna. Yeah, you're fine. Did you pass anything else?
Nope.
Oh damn.
My
okay.
sleight of hand was like critical failure.
Yeah, that is brutal. Okay, so yeah, that's it. So that's how the sort of at the end of the session you kind of get better at the stuff that you're good at, and
Not so much
Yeah.
on the rest of it. All right.
exactly.
Well, all right. Well, I'll talk to you guys later. I need to go brush my teeth and find my cat.
All right.
Okay.
Have a good
Okay.
night, everyone.
All right. You too.
Alrighty.
Take
night.
care, everyone.
Night.
Bye.